Welcome back to Geoguessr. In the last episode, we lost our streak, so we're starting over. Starting in a nice little neighborhood here. For this blog, might be a little different, and since we're starting over and have a little bit different topic, look around before we start doing anything. There's a lot of information here to take in. It's like an area I've seen before. A little bit closer, I can actually tell what that is. All right, so for this blog, I was actually going to start off, and let's move around a little bit while I'm doing it. Let's see if I can I see anything on that? Nope. Let's go down a little bit more. Things with like garbage cans and stuff, sometimes you can actually see the city and state on. So West County and Richmond. I don't know if that's the Oregon Richmond or a different Richmond. This is actually a really good way to start this episode because I wanted to start off with a story. I have been talking to people about this story this past week because it came up. The story is when I was younger in elementary school or high school, I used to hang out with these two brothers. One boy that was about my age, and he had a younger brother. They lived in a neighborhood similar to this, actually nice size houses in a cul-de-sac. And I loved going over to their house. It was a nice 2-3 story house, probably two, and an attic. Very skinny. It was kind of on a little roundabout road, and in the center of their little roundabout, it wasn't quite like this, a little bit thinner when it went right beside the house because you parked right on the road. They had a little pond. The house was very narrow. It didn't feel as wide as you would think a house would be, especially on the second floor, which I remember the most because it had a very thin staircase. Very thin staircase, and all the bedrooms were on that level. I actually don't remember the attic too well, even though I think I went up to it at one point. And the basement, I don't remember at all. Basement and the first floor, I don't really remember at all. The mother and father were really nice people. Rain for Rent. They're good trucks because they have a lot of information on them as well. Pumping trucks, water. Nice green area. It reminds me definitely of, almost seems like Northwest. Which could be Oregon if it was Oregon. We're going along with this. Let's see here. California. Sometimes it just comes out. Let's walk down the road a little bit, just see a little bit more. We'll discuss more of the story. So at the story, I grew up with these young guys and they had a sister. I kind of had a crush on the sister. I remember having a crush on the sister. And I remember going to the house numerous times for whatever reason. I don't remember a lot of things. My age, I don't really remember high school too well, and elementary school even worse. The big thing I found out about this story is that this place and these people never existed. It is a memory that I have. Is that out of San Francisco? Or are they just like the team that these people never existed? It's something that I know that I've dreamed about in the past. It's nice. A place that I've dreamed about and people that I've dreamed about. But in my mind, they're as clear a memory as any other memory I've had in the past. Things I remember, places I went, school I went to. It is something I remember as a memory and not as a dream. I had a dream the other week that reminded me of the same thing, and it's something that brought me up, and I started asking questions about, do people know these people? Do anybody know where a house like this is? And nobody knows of one that's exactly like that. They told me places I've been, people that I've met throughout growing up, and none of them were these people or this house that I've been to so many times. So I started looking up online some other things, waving to the camera. And the big thing I found that I started reading about is it's called dream reality confusion. It's actually a theoretical sleep slash personality disorder. And I don't think I have a real bad disorder of any sort or think that it's, like I said, it's theoretical. And it mostly happens more with people that have sleep apnea or other sleep disorders and borderline personality disorders. And the elderly, it shows up more in the elderly because it's at some point, especially in families probably that have more dementia or other uh, aging diseases that causes memory loss, or how memory is recorded or remembered through time, how an older person will remember something from their childhood but they don't remember what they did last week. And it's a lot of it's on how memories are recorded. I'm going to continue on this one since we know it's California. All right, so say San Francisco. Where was that? It was crossed north of Oakland. I have been by there, driven by there. Let's move on to the next round. See what else we're doing. Oh, another nice town one. This one feels more central, uh, east, south of the United States. So, with that, I started thinking about other dreams that I had. Is everything that I remember, and it's kind of a weird thing that people have told me they've had dreams that felt like reality. But this is not a dream that I've had recently. This is a feels like more of a memory that I've dreamed about, which is something that how your memory is recorded. Like there's part of the theory is that people with sleep disorders or something have a problem with how their long-term memory is recorded. Things in their day might not record properly the same as other long-term memories, and it feels more like a comes out feeling more like a memory than a dream. And a lot of times I can tell what I'm dreaming about because most of my dreams are in no way ordinary. They're usually something that you would never guess is reality by having it very far out there, space dreams and alien dreams and robots and monsters, and which I hope not, because it's so I have to look back on some things and think, was this a person that I really knew? Especially the one a week ago, where the area of the dream is a place that I've probably never really seen. It was really out there having a giant mansion that was partially burned out. But a younger gentleman that I swear that I grew up with, but I don't think I ever really knew this person. So it's kind of an odd sensation to have know an entire family and a house and remember parts of it as though I was looking back on my life and seeing something that I remember and realizing that it was never real. And it doesn't really knowing this doesn't really bother me. It's I get a nice feeling from it, and it's something that I wouldn't want to forget if it was a memory. It's just the odd feeling that a memory is not real. I've had a lot of dreams that I wish were real, that felt like reality. They weren't out there. They're things that could actually be in this world that I wish they were. I've had that feeling before that it's is this something that I've really experienced in life, but it's just a dream. I know it's a dream, but some of those things I just wish were real because they'd be amazing to know and feel. Let's get back to this map. Still thinking it's central to southern east coast of the United States. Nice area. Seeing a lot of signs here. Saw the town on the church back there. Times the roads. Yeah, the Wixom. Wixom. Like a nice town. Doesn't really tell me what state it's from, so I'm looking more at signs because a lot in this game you can find stuff on state signs. Sometimes they put the shape of the state on a state sign or road signs. So it's like the highway sign in some states is an outline of the actual state. Nice little neighborhoods. I come down here and then I'm going to show one of the things because I want to go back to the very start of where I started this and maybe go down a different road to try to figure out where I was at. Yeah, working around wouldn't have anything. Just a lot of places. So there's a button here that takes me back to where we started. Well, now if I could remember which road I went down. I think I went the other way. You always try to remember what side of the road you're on because that'll tell you which way you've been. Uh Probably if I could look at some of these signs a little bit closer, I'd know. License plate. That's similar. The color, the white and yellow license plate. I can never remember the color of. Well, that one's bluish and white. It could be a state that has multiple colored plates. Oh, this is the way I went down. That's where I found the school. Hey, let's go the other way. I'm so close to where I was. I'm just gonna go back to schools. That might have been a school or a church and school together. I thought it was a church, but there's also an elementary school here. See? So So much stuff to go on here. These can take me so long, and I just like wandering around trying to find out. I'll know what city I am. The county park golf course might have information on it. I might have some shops. Is there something on top on it? Wasn't right in the way. It's an interesting. It must be a memorial or nice. So with the dreams, I mean, this is just something that's come up again recently. I've thought about it time and time again, but it brings up a good point of moving here. Another kind of reason that I moved and wanted to do some other things is mental health. I've been having problems with certain mental health issues, nothing serious to anything that would worry really anybody. Though, but the people that know me and hear this know kind of how things were. And I start having dreams like that. Kind of a point that I feeling a little, I think it comes down to kind of feeling a little bored in life. My mind starts creating things so I don't feel left out of life. Since I'm not really one for really going out and doing the things to perfect signs there to really encourage not having an issue. Older brick buildings. Keep seeing the name of the town, but it's just not helping me with the state. Oh, there's another blue one. A blue bike for it. All right, Michigan. And that's the best thing I've seen so far for an area. It seems a lot more south that this is. I've been through upper Michigan before for work. Oh, that's nice. And I should have looked closer on that other one because Michigan again. So I'm sure we're in Michigan. I went through the upper part and it seemed different than this. A lot of trees. It was nice, but it just didn't have the same feel. So I have to see if it's in the upper lower part. So let's choose Michigan. And it was lower part. Oh, outside of Detroit. I've also been through for work. A little suburb of Detroit. All right. So I think we'll end it there. Let's just finish up with the blog portion. So, with my mental state for everything, I think it's gotten better. I haven't broken down in any way that I've had bad feelings, and I'm enjoying the things I'm doing here and the things that I'm seeing. I wish I would be getting out more. I think it would help my overall mood, even though I don't think my mood's that bad right now. But I am doing well. And this mental state of having dreams like this, I think, is just a product more of being bored and trying to find something interesting in life. So, with that, I'm going to call this episode. Get good to back on the 2 streak, see how we go next time with the next episode. But thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time in Geoguessr.